That kind of makes me think of another question though. Because I smoke marijuana, smoke cannabis every day. You know what I'm saying? Makes me a more empathetic person, like I was telling you
Yes,
before.
yes.
How I don't know if you know. I'm just spitballing, but can you tell us how marijuana affects the brain? Do you know anything about that?
I have a reasonably so. I can't endorse it or anything like
Okay.
I mean, but yes, I think it's certain. It relaxes us. It affects many areas of the brain. It really depends on the unique person. It can go to areas of our brain that control our emotions, like our amygdala, which is our emotion center, our limbic system, which controls like our inner thoughts, inner behaviors, sort of our impulse.
Right.
So it really depends on the person, because as you know, some people who smoke marijuana will be calm and cool and collected, as if that's their inner self, or some people will be paranoid and wigged out, and that's their inner self. So it really depends on how it works with you. As far as like the consequences of that from a health perspective, it's also such a gray area.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody knows for real.
Yeah, because you hear like,
Yeah.
long term, it can make
Yes.
you slower,
Yes.
affect your brain, or
Yes.
some people say it, helps long term.
Yeah.
A guy come up to me and is like, "Well, I smoke weed. I will never get cancer," because you think like.
Well, people listen
Right,
listen to what whatever the internet says, but
Right.
I mean you'll have studies that say, well, marijuana is associated with the development of schizophrenia, which is obviously concerning, or mental illness. But then you'll have medical marijuana or medicinal marijuana, which really helps people through hard times where they have cancer, and they to stimulate their appetite, to improve their mood. So there's a variability, and I think it's a matter of what works for you.
But you don't think it like degrades your brain over time?
In my personal opinion, I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. It's the thing. I don't know. And like, a big thing is when you don't know, you just say you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to make up some story and act like I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I'm not as well versed in it as I should be to make that opinion. But
Okay.
I don't know. Just
What
don't
about
know.
what about starting smoking too early, like when you're
I
early
think-
teenager?
Yeah, I think when you do things too early, because your brain is developing actively. Oh no, it's okay. Your brain. Oh, good job, honey. Oh, you're a little wolf. So the brain is developing until you're in your. I mean, one would say until you're dead, because people are acting immature when they're 7 years old.
Right.
And they're like I was
She
like.
says I never. I said I'm 12. She says no, honey, 8.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, like you're like 9. But I would say like when the brain is developing into your late 20s, even your 30s, you're okay then. But when your brain is really, really developing and you're introducing things that change your brain chemistry,
Right.
it may not be detrimental for everybody, because literally everyone is different. We are, as much as I hate the idea of everybody being an individual snowflake, and all that, we kind of, I don't like all that terminology, and I hate those words, because we actually are. We are really, really, even identical twins are different, like
Right.
in some sort of, at least epigenetic way, or like the way our genes end up being expressed.
Okay.
So I would say it really depends on the person, but I would be weary of doing things too young, whatever it may be, that affect your brain, because you're sort of, then you're really, you're changing the trajectory in which your brain develops.
Right.
For better or for worse. Some people may thrive, some people may falter. It really depends. I think it really depends. And I don't know enough about it, but I'm interested. Now I'm gonna, I say, I don't know, but I'm gonna try to find out.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I started smoking weed at like 16 or something like that.
But you're a very,
That's why he's talking.
no, but no, but let me tell you, no, but hey, when I met you yesterday, I'm very honest. You were such, I mean, it's obviously first impression. I guess not really first anymore. It's been a day or
Yeah.
two, but you are a highly intelligent, empathetic, kind, deep person. So whatever you did, it worked for you. I
Thank
mean,
you.
like I can get along with anybody, and I can adapt to whatever their personalities are, and I can sort of do the social graces very easily. But to really like be like, this is an interesting motherfucker, and I want to talk to him like indefinitely. It almost never happens. So I think whatever you did, it worked for you because you're very like the way you think and the way you formed your opinions is very like it's like you actually formed your opinion. Like you actually form your own opinions. It's like
Yeah.
you're not just bouncing off of, everybody's just playing a game of telephone and it's nonsense and I
Exactly.
feel like people are just house of cards, but like I really respect that. In my short time, I was like, you know what?
That's cool, motherfucker.
It's a cool motherfucker. So
Thank you so
and
much.
I really mean that. Otherwise, I wouldn't say anything. I'd be
Right.
like, all right,
Phil's
whatever.
friend is here. I'll go in the other room.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No, that's literally what.
Yeah,
would happen,
I wouldn't,
right?
or
She
I
would be like,
would have
"Get
been
that
nice. I
motherfucker
would have.
out of my house. She would tell me that, get that motherfucker out.
No,
of my
I
house.
Yeah.
would be like,
But-
it's okay, but like I'm gonna work in order. But I'm like, you're like, no, you did fine at 16, whatever. For somebody else, it might have been a bad case, but maybe they were gonna be that anyway.
Yeah.
You can't even say it's like chicken or egg. I mean, like, what is it? That association is not causation. Okay, like just because two things happen doesn't mean they're related. Like,
yeah.
like.
I feel like people do that a lot. you
Oh,
know?
it's like,
yeah.
oh, the sky is blue. I got in a car accident. I got in a car accident because the sky is blue. No, you didn't. Like,
Exactly.
so it could just be that somebody who wants something to maybe, if they're that type of person who ends up being very high strung and very messed up or very like all over the place, maybe they were looking for an escape at some point. Even if they hadn't smoked marijuana, they would have ended up the same place. Like you can't like unless somebody does some very unethical randomized clinical trial on this, like you can't say. You can just kind of do the laboratory research, look at the chemistry of things, but like making that association to make it like clinically, like actually like then make it applicable to people,
Mhm.
that's hard. That's hard to do. And I
It
mean, I don't
is.
know if somebody's doing it, but I would say it's a gray zone and people should do whatever the heck they want to do, as long as they're not hurting anybody else.
I totally agree.
Mm.
And thank you for the compliments.
Oh, I actually mean that. I don't say what I just.
And she doesn't say that lightly. So.
I know. I was like I was like, oh my God, like, wow, like you're like really an independent
you
thinker.
You get to come back.
No, but like
a lot of my friends don't.
Okay.
Everybody can. Philip does whatever he wants. I just say, all right, Philip, here we go.
Yeah.
Ready for the ride. But it's more like being an independent thinker is very rare in our age bracket. I
is
mean,
these
millennials and
days.
people younger, and I'm sure people. Honestly, I've seen people way our parents' age who seem like they seem also brainwashed. I'm not sure how that even
They
happened.
now have blue hair and
Yeah.
stand there.
Oh
and
my God. The blue
Yeah,
hair.
but like being an independent thinker in our time is,
Rare.
it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Because most people I know are just like
They're sheep.
they are sheep and they're living in their own bubble, and that's
dull.
they're just so like even people that try to act all deep and cool. You talk to them and it is just fucking
Yeah.
it's bull.
People also just stop being interesting, right? Like it's really like I know that's harsh to say, but how many interesting people do you actually know? Where
Oh,
you can sit down and like we did, we talked for what 6 hours yesterday or
Yeah.
something, right? And then Fair came in, we had the most interesting conversations. I mean, the only person that I know is my wife that I do that with, and it is, she says that she put it in the right perspective. It's like it's so refreshing to have somebody to actually have a chat with and not talk about one specific topic, right? Talk about everything that's going on,
Everything,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we had so many topics yesterday,
Yeah.
right? And but also not that we left anything out. So no,
No.
we had our opinions, and we and the beautiful thing is also like if there's something that we didn't know, or that we don't have the answer
agree
to,
on, it's okay.
it's okay, right?
Yeah,
Like,
nobody's
grow
getting
up,
pissed off. That happens a
No.
lot too. Like if you don't agree with every idea some people have, you're the devil.
Well, how do you